Hello everyone, LucaYasha, and welcome to our next top 5 video of the week. And this time we're doing the dragon types, the big bosses themselves, dragons. Now I was going to say, dragon type is easily my second favourite type. The only type that's above them is ice. And we'll get into ice later on in the series, but for now let's talk about dragons. Dragons are amazing. Oftentimes they're some of the strongest Pokemon in the game, with a lot of them having like 600 base stat totals. Most pseudos are them. There's quite a few powerful legendaries that are dragons, and they have a lot of resistances. In fact, they're resistant to the three starter types, grass, water, and fire, as well as electric, so I guess that ties into the Pokemon Yellow. But they do have a few weaknesses, and the only Pokemon that actually resists dragon is Steel and Fairy, with Fairy being completely immune. But still, dragons are a force to be reckoned with. They are powerhouses. High attack, high special attack, and sometimes high speed. Some of them prefer to go a bit slower, but that's why they have a very, very good move, and one of my favourite moves of all time, Dragon Dance. So, without further ado, let's move right on into my top 5 favourite dragon types. Number 5. Starting the list this week at number 5, we have Haxorus. Now, when it comes to Generation 5, even though the pseudo is technically Hydreigon, two Pokemon which I think would have been better pseudos, or my favourite Pokemon I prefer over Hydreigon, are Haxorus and Volcarona. We already covered Volcarona in the top 5 bug types, but for Haxorus, my god, just look at him. He is a fantastic looking dragon. He's got an axe for a face. An axe for a face, really. As well as that, you can see from the shiny, I love what they did with this. Black dragon with blood-tinged axe. That is amazing. But Haxorus, in terms of battle capability, he's just pure strength. His attack stat is monstrous. He is an absolute monster of a dragon type. Hard-hitting, and of course access to Dragon Dance, which for those who don't know is one of my favourite setup moves next to Quiver Dance. Because Dragon Dance is just such a beastly move. Up attack, up speed in one move. And because of Haxorus' monstrous attack, this becomes an absolute destroyer. He's a wall breaker. As well as that, I do like Pokemon which have moves which cover their weaknesses. And one of those moves Haxorus has is Poison Jab. So hit those fairy types right back. Oh, you're going to send in a Steel type to resist my poison? Have an Earthquake! Haxorus is just pure power. He's probably the most strong physical dragon out there so far, because of just like the pure power of his physical attack. Obviously not counting Megas and Legendaries, but in terms of just regular dragon types, he's probably one of the most beastly. I really wish he was a pseudo. His defenses are a bit poopy, and all his other stats are a bit mediocre, but apart from his attack, which is ridiculous, like 145 base attack, one Dragon Dance is enough just to sweep anything. He's an amazing Pokemon. I really wish he was the pseudo, or at least another pseudo along Hydreigon. Hydreigon's cool and all, but he wasn't quite enough to make it on this list. Haxorus just stood out a bit more as the dragon from Generation 5. So, at number 5 this week, we have the powerful, mighty Haxorus. Number 4. At number 4, we have Garchomp. Now, Garchomp is one of the most popular dragon types out there because of its pretty decent defenses, as well as it just being an overall powerhouse of a mon. Granted, it is one of the dragon types that doesn't get Dragon Dance, one of my favourite moves, but oh my god, it's such a beastly looking dragon. That's the best way to describe dragon types. They're beastly. They're like gods. And being a land shark, pretty creative, and I do like the whole theory that people say that it's linked to Sharpedo because of the star and its rough skin ability. But the thing about Garchomp for me that sold it is just, it's a ridiculously powerful mon for what it is. It's the pseudo of Generation 4, so it's got great attack, it's actually got decent special attack as well, and pretty good defenses, and like above 100 speed. As well as that, it did get a Mega in Generation 6, and my god, at first I thought the Mega was a bit over the top, but it really started to grow on me. For those who don't know, I'm a weapon fanatic, not like guns or anything like that, but swords and medieval weaponry, but my favourite weaponry of all is scythes. Scythes are just the symbol of death, and you know what Garchomp gets when it megas? It gets 2 scythes on its arms. Also, the spikes are pretty cool as well, and of course, the dragon ground typing does mean that it does have a quad weakness to ice, but once again, it's got one of those moves which covers it, Iron Head. And flinching with a Garchomp just feels amazing. I love Iron Head, just flinch them with my Garchomp, and the rough skin, of course, is quite bulky as well, so you can even run defensive versions of Garchomp. He's very versatile. I mean, they did say, the fact is that because it's the quad weakness to ice, most dragon types become flying dragons, because obviously dragons fly, so they figured, you know what, he's a land shark, we'll make him ground and dragon. But still, that does give him access to Earthquake Stab, and Earthquake's one of the popular moves used on dragon types because it's such a hard-hitting move with great accuracy. So Garchomp is just one of the plain examples of powerful dragons again. Attack stat may not be as high as Haxorus, but its defenses are a bit better, it can take a hit, as well as that HP surprisingly high on it. And of course we have to talk about the Mega. Nothing but pure power, they just went all out on this thing. You do not want to be on the receiving end of a Mega Garchomp, because that thing will hit you hard, and pretty much kill you. This Garchomp is an amazing mon again. I'm a bit upset that it's overused. I mean, I don't mean the tier, just the fact that it's so popular that it sort of ran dry. He was originally higher on this list, but after I saw just how much people fan over it, I was like, I want something a bit different. I like my uniqueness in Pokemon. Not saying that he's not unique, but just the fact that I see him everywhere. Just the fact that everyone has a Garchomp. Everyone has to have a Garchomp in order to get through the games. He's such a powerful mon. Like I said, great design, great, obviously the typing quad weak to ice, but still it's different, and that's something. Great Mega Evolution, and just overall really fun to use. So at number 4 this week, we have Garchomp. Number 3. Taking 3rd place this week, we have Tyrantrum, the king of the prehistoric world. Now, for those who obviously know, I love dragons and I love lizards, but dinosaurs? Oh my god, they're awesome. I mean, the closest thing we had to dinosaurs was Aerodactyl, which is a cool mon in itself, obviously, and the closest T-Rex Pokemon we had was Rampardos, and while Rampardos was cool, Tyrantrum just sold the dinosaur ticket. He is an amazing, amazing Pokemon. He's not really that high in tier based, and he's got more weaknesses due to his rock typing added. But still, he's just a great looking Pokemon. Look at the design. The design is something that's really fantastic about Tyrantrum. One of the best dragon types that came from Gen 6, and we got a lot. We got 4, I think. Tyrantrum is the one that stood out to me more than the others, though. I mean, Goodra was close in 6th place on this list. Originally, it was going to be a top 10 dragon type list, but I just really couldn't find the places for the, spots 10 and 9, because there are 8 dragon types I absolutely adore, and the rest I'm just like, meh. I mean, you can sort of feel the energy coming off me here with dragon types, as I love them so much. But let's talk about Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is a rock and dragon, because he's a fossil Pokemon. And the description is, the description in his Pokedex is that he was so powerful in the prehistoric times, he was considered the king of the prehistoric world. He is a monster of a Pokemon. He gets access to powerful moves like Head Smash, Earthquake, Stone Edge for stab, as well as that another Dragon Dance user, and you know how much I love that Dragon Dance, those dragons be dancing. Obviously blue shiny, but the silver crown and the platinum crown is what sells me, and also the white tufts, they're nice touch. Once again, another great dragon design. I really do wish that he would get a Mega, just because I would love to see a Mega Tyrantrum. It would be amazing. I said it was close for other Pokemon to be at other Gen 6 Pokemon to be at this spot. Goodra, Gigalgi, they were very close, but for me, Tyrantrum is just the king of dinosaurs. Not quite the king of dragon types, but easily the king back then, and he's still the king now. He's just an awesome mon, those little diddy arms. So at number 3 this week, we have Tyrantrum. Number 2. Taking 2nd place, and very, very closely, is the Dragon Salamence. Now, as I said, I'm from Generation 3, and Salamence is just the main dog from Generation 3 for me. He is easily one of my favourite Generation 3 Pokemon overall. He is my favourite pseudo. That's it. Salamence is my favourite pseudo legendary. Metagross is cool and all, probably my 2nd favourite, but in terms of the dragon pseudos, Salamence takes the cake. Just for one, when I think of a dragon, this is one I think of. Not the cartoony Dragonite, not the cartoony Goodra, not even Tyrantrum, even though it's cool. This is a mother-trucking dragon. And oh my god, the design is awesome. At first I was a bit confused about the wings from Generation 3 games, but still, it all looked amazing back then, and it looks even better in 3D. For one, Salamence is another Dragon Dance user, and, you know, I love them Dragon Dances, but it also got a Mega in Gen 6. And I called it. I freaking called it in an update video that's unfortunately deleted now, but I called that stuff. And people say when Mega Metagross came out, they said Salamence. I was like saying Salamence is going to have one, he's going to have one. And my friends thought I was crazy. Why would they give the god Salamence a Mega? They did, and they made him bulky. Intimidate bulk Salamence, that thing never dies. It's got roost access so it can heal up. It was probably just one of the coolest dragon types out there again. Great design, I just love this thing so much. As well as that, even without the Mega, it's still powerful. It has access to Moxie, so if you kill something, you can set up and sweep with Salamence. Granted, in regular form, its defenses are utter poopy, because obviously, with the bulk and damage it has, but like, look at the Mega, oh my god, it turns into a jet. And look, you can see its little art legs there. When I saw the art for this thing originally, I was one of those people who said, where did its front legs go? But there they are, they're perched right on there. He flies really high, he's just a really cool dragon. At first I was a bit suspicious on the croissant wing, but it sort of grew on me at the end. He's just really powerful. I love using Salamence, I absolutely love him. Granted, he's not my favourite dragon of all time, because of course times change, but before Generation 6 came out, he was my favourite dragon type, hands down. Just because of the cool design, the cool power that it had, just a monster, and of course trying to get one was a hassle. You had to go to the back of Meteor Falls and just hope that you got one. Like I said, not really that. He was very close to being number 1. It was very difficult not to put him at number 1. But one Pokemon, one dragon stood out more to me. And of course, we'll just quickly say, Aerilate Giga Impact is powerful. So taking second place this week, and just by a hair, or a scale I should say, we have Salamence. Number 1. And claiming the number 1 spot, the top dragon, for me anyway, we have Noivern. Now, some of you may be saying, Noivern? He's not the pseudo, he's not as powerful as Garchomp or Salamence. That is very true. But Noivern is just the best designed dragon, in my opinion. Now, for those, like I said, lizards, my favourite animals of all time. Most lizards always are. Some reptiles, yeah, snakes are cool. But my favourite mammal is bats. Bats are cool mother truckers. What happens when you combine a bat with a lizard? You get a dragon. What happens when you combine those two together and put them in a Pokemon game? You get Noivern. As well as that, Noibat is easily the cutest Pokemon in the game for me. It's adorable, its little flappy wings. But let's actually talk about Noivern in terms of power. You see, it hasn't really got a really standout stat other than its speed. It's quite fast, but it can be a mixed attacker. It's got access to Draco Meteor if you want to run a special version. Boom Burst as well, powerful normal type move. Hits everything and just destroys. You can run U-turn sets, but I prefer to just go full out special because it's more fun to use. And so the main thing that did something about Noivern was the design, but the power behind it is still incredibly awesome. I don't know if it has access to Dragon Dance, I haven't checked, but if it does, oh my god, that would just be the tits. Like I said, while it hasn't got great defenses, once again being a dragon flying, so ice just bops it. You can see why ice was my favourite type back then, because when I first played and Dragon Touch was my problem, ice was the thing that I went to kill the dragons. So ice type became my favourite, dragons became my second, third place was ghost, because obviously Banette. But let's actually discuss a bit more about Noivern. You see, when it came to Generation 6, we had 4 dragon types, Dragalge, Tyrantrum, Goodra, and Noivern. And I say Goodra was supposed to be on this list, but Noivern just shone far more out to me. I wanted a bat Pokemon that stood out more than this. We already had things like Gliscor being a vampire, we had Crobat, but Crobat to me was just sort of a bit kind of meh, he didn't stand out too much. But then a Dragon Bat? Hello, Batman would be proud, Game Freak, they would be proud. Just a really cool dragon type, just one of the funnest to use. I said he may not have been my first ever shiny dragon, Bagon, he may not be as powerful as the others on this list, but he's easily the coolest. If I want to ride into battle on a dragon, this is the mon I choose. I want to fly in on a goddamn Noivern, because that crap is awesome. So, claiming the number 1 spot this week as my favourite dragon type of all time, we have Noivern. And there you have it, guys, my top 5 dragon types. I was looking forward to doing this list because I absolutely love the dragon types. So next week, what is the next type we have on the list? I've forgotten my alphabet. Let me quickly check, because I actually completely forgot what type we're doing next. Lol, I am an idiot. I am an absolute idiot, aren't I? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Anyway, it was a blast to make. I just love these dragons so damn much. I absolutely adore them. I adore them. I adore them. I adore the dragons. If your favourite dragon type wasn't on this list, be sure to make down in the comments what your favourite type was. Maybe it's one of mine. Maybe it's something I completely missed. Hell, do your top 10 dragons if you want, because at the end of the day, it's your list, your fun. And I've just checked, and the next type we're going to be doing next week is electric. So I hope you're waiting for a shocking episode. I've been LucaYasha. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next vid. Goodbye.